Hello and welcome to an ETTO spoilercast all about your Venoms. We're going to be spoiling Venom very shortly, so if you haven't seen Venom, go away, watch it if you want to. We'll talk about that very shortly, but I'm here with me and also with you.
I am here as well, as always.
Yes.
Welcome everybody.
Take a seat.
Good. All right.
I've got a lot of them, so just get rid of them.
Yeah.
What are we doing first?
So we got a bunch of trailers this week.
We do.
Which was good and bad. Well,
Yeah.
good and So first up we have Spider-Man. We can't talk about it too much because Will is avoiding all things Spider-Man.
Yeah, I watched half of this trailer up to the point where he's like, so, this is how I got here. And I was like, oh god, go away. It's like,
honestly,
I don't
I
wanna
feel
know
like the
this.
trailer doesn't even explain it.
But I just didn't want to know everything. I didn't want to know anything about the universe stuff. I didn't want to know how they were going to tackle that. So I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you talk about universes.
Yeah.
I want that to happen in the movie.
Honestly, you don't have to watch it, but I don't feel like they said anything about it at all. About how why the universes are coming together and stuff like that.
It's a story trailer though, right? Because at this point in time, all I know
kind
is
of.
there are Spider-Men coming together. I don't know why they're coming together or what the goal is.
There's no explanation of that either, but there is a couple of
they show
villains
it?
shown.
Yeah, cool.
Can't discuss too much more, but go check it out if you haven't. If you don't care too much about spoilers.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's gotten me more excited. Every time I watch more and more of this thing, I'm just getting so much more hyped and pumped for it. It's going to be incredible. Aquaman was up next.
Yes.
The other trailer was released, I think today. Today of recording
3
this, or
a.m.
last
this
night or
morning.
something.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's today is Saturday.
Saturday,
What? 6th?
yeah.
6th of October.
is.
It was fine.
Oh.
It was pretty much the whole movie.
Yeah. I have never seen a promotional thing for a film be called Aquaman Extended Video. It's not even called a trailer, it's called a video.
Oh, really?
What? Yeah. What on earth does a video mean? You don't call things video anymore.
It's a VHS, Will. Please.
Yes.
Come on. You
I
have
mean,
to
it
go
might as
out
well
and you
be.
have to buy the VHS from a shop
Yes.
and then watch it, and it's about 5
Why'd you
minutes.
struggle with the word shop?
Shop.
With the
I was like,
shop.
store? I was gonna say a pawn shop because that's not that
That's
porn,
where you would... Yeah.
because that's where you get
you'd find one.
VHS things, but I'm like, nah.
People won't get it. But
I
now, I
don't know.
mean, we've gone through that rabbit hole. But, look, this just looks...
Yeah.
It just looks
Yeah, I don't know. It's look,
Yeah.
he looks fine. They did show a little bit of his classic suit, the comic suit,
They did.
which is kind of cool. But the kind of cool not comic suit is freaking Black Manta.
Oh, God.
Looks awful.
It looks like the pop vinyl has come to life.
Honestly, it looks like a Power Rangers character, like a Power
Yeah.
Rangers bad guy.
Like blasting lasers from his
It's
face.
so weird. It does
Very
not
odd.
look okay. Maybe they should have gone less comic accurate with this.
Mm.
Maybe for some reason it'll make sense,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm wary of that. I doubt that's
Yeah.
gonna happen. It just looks so average.
Yeah.
The
The whole film does. There's too much Nicole Kidman in this film, let alone this trailer, for my liking.
has she ever
She-
aged?
No, but that's because her face is, molded in plastic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I can't take that woman in anything. So, I'm gonna struggle through this film, and it looks like she gets through the film. She's in it all the way through by the looks of this trailer. She's on
Yeah.
when they're fighting with Manta, she's there too. It's like, oh, okay, I guess Mum's fine.
Yeah. It's weird. The one thing, okay, I'll say one thing about the trailer. I did like the music and the single shot. It was pretty stylish. I kind of liked. You didn't dig it?
Not at all. I'm over single shots in superhero films.
Fair enough.
Especially one which is someone running on a roof to someone hiding behind a corner. That's what that single shot was. It's like, okay, cool,
Fair
you
enough.
didn't cut.
Yeah.
Good on you.
And you can see how CG all that shot is.
Yeah.
Anyway. But
Totally.
something about it, I was like, yeah, I dig that. So
Mm.
yeah, that's pretty much it. But you have some Star Wars stuff.
I do. It's the only thing I've been excited about this week. It's called The Mandalorian, and it won't be coming out until 2020. But it's all very exciting. It's one of the very few first things that we know are confirmed to be made, specially produced for Disney's streaming service, which is dropping end of 2019. So, assumedly, this thing can't come out
so
till
far
after
away.
that. I know.
Oh, man.
But I would say they're doing that because they've also got their Marvel ones they want to make. So it's like they want to drop this service with like 6 big shows that you're just not ready for.
Yeah, fair.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, one of those shows is The Mandalorian,
Yep.
which is being helmed by Jon Favreau, who, Marvel fans will know as Happy, and also the guy that directed the first 2 Iron Man films, and also the guy that directed Elf and was in Elf. It's all very exciting. He's in a lot of other things as well. Apart from Elf and Iron Man.
That's what you and I would probably mainly know him from anyway, though.
Yeah. But
he's a good one.
He's helming that. We've also got there's 3 big names that are attached to this. Him, obviously. Taika Waititi, which is all very exciting.
Fantastic.
He's directing one of the episodes, which is very cool.
Have
Considering
Disney just
that
bought Taika?
I think so.
Pretty sure that he's just owned by them now.
He doesn't feel like the man that would be directing a Star Wars, but he also doesn't feel like the man that would have directed a Marvel film. So it's like anything's on the card for this guy now, I guess.
Oh, man. And anything seems like it's going to be on the cards for the Mandalorian episode.
Yeah, no.
Who the hell knows what he's going to do with it?
It's very exciting because, I mean, Boy is probably the most serious thing I've seen him do, but it still has his style and weirdness. So I'm like, I wonder if he can go full serious because I don't think this show is, a Taika show. Like, it's about the Mandalorians, which are the bounty hunters of the universe. They're not all bounty hunters. They're a creed, basically. Anyway, it's all very confusing. But his name's attached. Dave Filoni is also attached to it, who is the man behind Clone Wars and Rebels, and the up-and-coming Star Wars Resistance show. This guy knows Star Wars. He knows how to make new Star Wars. So knowing he's getting his live-action debut in the first thing that Disney's doing as a live-action show, it's very, very exciting.
Cool. Nice. I was going to ask what a Mandalorian was, but you basically already said what it is, and it's like
it's
super
like the
confusing,
Assassin's Creed of space. And the third name attached is Bryce Dallas Howard, who is an actress. Or she's also directed like a music video and a documentary, but seeing her name attached was a shock as a director. So there you go.
So yeah, she's the redhead from Jurassic World and stuff.
Yeah, she is the daughter of Ron Howard, so maybe she's good at directing because of that.
Yeah, maybe she's got some hints and stuff. She's watched her dad direct before.
Well, so she shadowed Ron Howard during the direction of Solo. So she's been on the set of a Star Wars film and kind of knows her way around, so it'll be interesting to see what she does. The show is set between episodes 6 and 7, so finally they're exploring a different era apart from 3 and 4, so it's going to be very exciting.
Sick. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Another series that Will and I are less than excited for, that's apparently coming to Netflix, is some of DC's shows, I guess.
Yeah, DC Universe, the shows they're producing.
Yeah, so the DC Universe subscription thing that is apparently only being released at the moment in America has a whole bunch of shows on it, but for anyone not in America, it's going to be on Netflix. So Sucked in America, you have to pay extra for these shows, and we don't.
It's a very weird deal.
It's so confusing.
Yeah.
So, what's going to happen if it gets released worldwide? Do they get ripped off Netflix, or what?
Look, Netflix just pulls stuff off whenever they feel like it.
That's gross.
They probably will just pull off Robin and Nightwing. And
they'll left Batman.
Yeah, they'll left him. Yeah. It's very odd, but I mean, if we can watch these shows for free, fine. We also got a trailer for the Harley Quinn animated series this week, and it visually looks great. Yeah. I don't know what it's for.
Yeah. So you weren't a huge fan of the voice.
No.
I didn't mind it.
I'm sure it'll grow on me.
I thought it was fine, but it wasn't what we know her voice to be. It was less grating, I think, than we're used to.
I mean, I found Penny's voice on The Big Bang Theory grating, so I was like, this is a different type of grating.
Ah, there you go. Okay, cool. Because yes, it very much, it's Kaylee Cuoco, whatever.
Quokka.
Penny from Big Bang is She's what, like directing it, and she's
she's
Harley
producing
Quinn?
and and voicing. Yeah.
Yep. So that's the thing. It looks great. It looks
well.
exactly like you would imagine the comics would be if they were animated, which is sick. And it looks really fun and dumb and breaks the fourth wall like she does in the comics, and breaks the fourth wall to the point of talking about Deadpool. So there you go.
Take that, Donald Glover.
Yeah. It's that's a thing. And I'm keen to see what that thing is. I wonder if that's going to be on Netflix. Because so
I'd assume it would.
They've only said that that Titans is coming to Netflix, right?
Yes, correct.
I want more of these things, like the better things.
Yeah, I want more of these things. Something that there's a lot of that we're also able to get our hands on now is Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah.
Because it's all going to be collected into one thing for the PlayStation 4. It's just PS4 at the moment. At the end of this month. So we'll be able to get our hands on all the Kingdom Hearts, which is exciting for us.
So is that like Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, or is it like 1,
It's
2,
every
3?
Iteration.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Apart from not the new one, but it's like
Yeah.
1, and then the 1.5, and then the one with the final, and then which is very exciting.
And you said it was like $40 US?
Yeah, I mean US, so still like $60,
Yeah.
$65 Oz. It's great.
Out. That's all right. For
I'm
like
jumping on that.
for like 1,000 games or however many.
Yeah,
Kingdom
pretty
Hearts games
much.
there are. Jeez, that's
Yeah.
all right. And I guess finally, there's not a whole lot of information about it, but the new version of the Nintendo Switch rumors.
Yes.
So yeah, people have, well, I don't know where they've come from. I just saw it just before doing this, but there's apparently maybe a Nintendo Switch like upgraded version or changed version slightly planned for 2019.
Yeah.
Not enough information about it yet to say much more, but
comment,
apparently that's a thing.
Yeah.
So
Great.
you were guessing that it's probably like you can just play 3DS games on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they'll put in a slot. It shouldn't be too much of a stretch.
Yeah, I was saying there were rumors like almost before the
From the
Switch
start,
came out
yeah.
or just after it came out that that this thing, like the actual screen of the Switch, could be slotted into like a VR headset and it could just become VR, and then you've got 2 controllers and stuff, so then you can play VR games. The Switch as it is at the moment, I think the frame rate and the resolution is way too low for that, so probably couldn't do it as it is now. It would just kill your eyes and your head. But
You'd actually catch fire.
probably, yeah, that thing gets damn hot. But if there is a new version and it's not just a 3DS change or anything sort of minor, maybe they're maybe they've got better hardware now. They can increase the resolution, increase the frame rate, and maybe that'll be the thing. It'll actually be a VR unit. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
I'm sure we'll know when Reggie pops up and he's like, "Hey guys."
that's it.
Thanks, Reggie.
Speaking of popping up, we didn't for Venom.
For Venom. Okay, well, I know what you're thinking now. We're going to dive headfirst into this film. So it's all spoilers on the table, so if you haven't seen the movie, go away. Maybe just put it on mute. I don't know what you want to do. But Lucas, just let us know what you did. What are you thinking, Josh?
All right. So, look, nah. It wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
I'll quickly explain the storyline so people
Please do.
understand. So, like, an innovative, smart science guy gets symbiotes, which are the weird, like, alien, gooey, alive things from space, by creating a potentially unmonitored, like, private space program that apparently no one cares about.
Apart from one person who, I'm just jumping straight in with something that annoyed me from, like, the first minute.
Yeah.
Is the fact that J. Jonah Jameson's son dies in the opening sequence because he's one of the space guys. He's the guy that they're like, is that Jameson?
Oh.
And Jameson is a guy that goes into space in the Spider-Man comics. Like, his son is in a rocket and Spidey has to save him. So they kill J. Jonah Jameson's son in the first minute, like, of the film.
I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's Amazing Fantasy 15, isn't it? Isn't that?
Yeah,
it's like straight
it's like
up.
part of the story. Yeah,
That's his
that
first ever
he's
thing.
almost going to die in the space thing, but they kill him in this. You know what the big problem people hated in Batman vs Superman is? They killed Jimmy Olsen in the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
How'd you make the same problem?
I have no idea how this like smart science guy. I don't even know his name.
Riz Ahmed. He's Bodhi from Rogue One. That's all I know.
For some reason, he
He
believes,
was ready.
Yeah, he's ready, and he believes that they'll heal humanity and allow them to live in space. What? Where did this thought come from? Having not ever known what these things were or that they even existed.
God.
So all of his tests to see if that actually works and if they can combine. Basically, every single time it happens, a person dies. So he tries to combine the symbiote and a human together, and they die, and then he just brings in someone else.
Yeah, it's basically that sequence in Ant-Man where he screws up a goat, but they just keep doing it throughout the film because they still think it's cool to watch.
Yeah. So reporter Eddie Brock, main character Tom Hardy, tries to uncover the evil guy's illegal science experiment thing, but then gets infected with it himself and doesn't die and becomes Venom. He then has to avoid getting captured and stop the evil guy, who also has a symbiote in him later, and has to stop him from flying into space to bring more symbiotes back to Earth.
Fuck.
That's the movie, guys.
That's the film.
That's it.
It's... Oh, God. Like...
Oh, buddy.
Before it even started, I went and seen it with Vaughn and Josh,
Yep.
two of our other mates. Well, you will remember Lucas. And before it even started, I turned to Vaughn and I went, you went with Josh and I when we saw Batman vs Superman? He goes, yeah. And I go, if I laugh in the first 5 minutes just like I laughed in that movie, you'll know where this is headed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't laugh. But when the opening card splashed open, 6 people a few rows up just started laughing. And I was like, well... Here it is, Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
Because the opening sequence is the funniest thing. Like, the things leading up to Venom is it's just so bad.
Which things are you talking about in particular?
Just the whole sequence where Jameson's infected and then, like, it goes between all the different people, and then it's just that really tiny Asian lady just, like, walking down the street, and then it's like, Venom! It's like, really? That's not...
Yes.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
I guess you needed to put the cards somewhere.
Yeah, gotcha. And can I just say, I found it ridiculous. So right at the beginning, the symbiote has 3 different hosts.
Yeah.
In like the first
Like,
few
a couple of
minutes of the movie, and ends up in that old lady. 6 months pass because it says 6 months later.
But she's still getting there.
And yeah, she's still like walking from Malaysia to America or something. Like, he hasn't found a 4th host in 6 months, but he found 3 within 5 minutes.
And
no
then from the
freaking
point
way.
From the point he gets into the old lady, then just goes to the airport. Like, surely you could have gotten to the airport in 6 months.
Yeah, there is no way that symbiote did not find other hosts in that time.
No.
And as soon as you show anyone walking weird, or like doing the stupid frickin' eye going white for a second thing, which you don't need to do. You just need to show people going weird for a little bit, or like
Just
walking weird. You know that that's the symbiote
Venom.
from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys.
So
Ugh.
the opening sequence of the film is terrible. It's all like shot in darkness. It's stupid. It hits the Venom title card. Then we get given what is actually okay. Like, and I don't know if you're in agreement to this, but anything Tom Hardy does in this film is gold. Like, he is great the whole way through this film.
Yes. So I found basically
Oh.
Let me gather my thoughts. Okay. I thought he got better as the movie went on.
Yeah. Totally.
I wasn't heaps in from the very start, from the opening parts that we see him in.
Yeah.
I wasn't entirely in at that point, but as it went,
you get into
his sort of progression just snowballed and just got better and better and better. It was
totally
was really great. He was great, and his interaction with Venom was amazing, and that's pretty much it for the whole film.
That's like, we could finish the podcast there, but we're not. So like you skipped over it because it has no relevance to the film, and it's my point I'm about to make.
Mm-hmm.
The start of the film shows what Eddie Brock is, which is a reporter.
Yes.
Also, just want to say, Jameson's son is reference. The next like character we see is a dude in a building with papers and stuff with a beard and grey hair, and Eddie's working for him, and I'm like, if you're Jameson, I will scream and punch myself in the face. Because I was like, don't make it a black Jameson just because you're like, this film is different. Like, I was so terrified. Thankfully it wasn't. But
wait, where is that actor from? Where do I know him?
I know
from?
he's definitely from someone. Look him up. So we get this, montage of Eddie being a reporter. I was like, cool. Yeah, this is what he is. Good job. And then he has one interview with Riz Ahmed's character, the bad guy. And then it's the greatest, 5 minutes of a film. All of us were clutching onto our seats because we were like, what just happened? He's interviewing the bad guys. The bad guys are like, hey, go away. And so he does. He then goes to his boss, and his boss is like, hey, you're fired. And then he walks out of the building, and his wife goes, hey, I fucking hate you. Bye. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
What just happened?
It goes damn fast. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and she goes, he says something to her, and then she drops the box erratically. And I turned to Vaughn and went, isn't that her stuff? Like, something shatters when she drops the box.
Yes.
I'm like, it's your stuff. It is the most chaotic.
So weird.
And then that's when it's like 6 months later, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Don't make me care.
Man, where is this guy? I can't find him.
Keep looking. The thing with the 6 months title card, if it had said 2 weeks, so many plot holes would have been kind of fine. 6 months is a big amount of time. It's also not referenced at any point as well. It's clearly time has passed, but it's no reason it needs to be 6 months. That is just incredible.
Yeah. It's bizarre and yeah. It's weird. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted looking for this freaking dude. Wait, is that... No, that's not him. That kind of looks like him, but I don't think that's him.
Because the thing is, they show he's down in his dump. He's down on the dumps. He's been evicted from the place he was in because it was his. He's down in his dumps. He gets into a lot of dumpsters. So.
Oh, he's in Luke Cage.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the skinny, creepy dude.
Yeah.
The bad guy. Yeah.
Is he a bad guy? No,
I think he's in.
He's one of the guys that is in the barbershop.
Right.
He's the guy that he's always playing chess in the barbershop.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I knew him from a Marvel thing, and I'm like, I don't think it's Black Panther. I can't remember where it's
what's
from.
What's the other film with more than one black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
I feel better now.
But, because they show him being down in the dumps and all that, but he's still looking for a job, and it's in 6 months, and he's properly looking for a job. He's scrolling through newspapers and stuff. I'm like, in 6 months, he'd probably be able to pick himself up. This is a dude that has a work ethic that's beyond anyone else's. He's a reporter. He does what he has to do to get things done. Don't say in 6 months he is still down.
And where is he even getting money from? He must have a hell of a lot of savings. Good on him.
Yeah. Because they show his, I was like, okay, he's been evicted. They show his place. I was like, that still looks like a pretty expensive apartment. You got a fancy brick walls and wood flooring. That's not a normal thing for someone who is jobless.
Yeah.
Not cool.
It's nuts. So I just found the guy that I thought was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just send a picture. I got mixed up.
Yes, okay. Yeah, he looks a bit similar.
That guy, yeah. I just sort of instantly went, because I'm like, all right, I haven't seen...
I think his name is Ahmed on the show as well. So that probably would...
That
was
could be
Riz
it, yeah.
Ahmed.
Danny Putty, whatever.
There you go.
I'm just like, yeah, I haven't seen... I've barely ever seen Community, but that's a pretty old show, and from what I have seen, it's been years. So this is probably what he looks like 5 years older than what...
Oh, he's changed?
What he was when I last saw him, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's the wrong guy. Anyway.
Ah. Okay, I thought you were going to send me a photo of him and he looked like Macaulay Culkin or something.
No. I just mean the guy I just sent you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Cool. Where we at?
He's down in the dumps. Nothing really has happened in the film yet.
Yes.
But we're not reciting the film again. Let's not do that. What were your main qualms of this movie?
Oh. The script.
Yeah.
Oh man. So it basically
editing.
the way I've been describing the script to people, everyone other than Tom Hardy and Venom's lines, it seems like they gave like every action movie ever to a computer, and it just picked out all of the reoccurring quotes from every script, and then it formed a movie out of it.
Did you see Rampage this year?
No.
Okay, because this film is Rampage.
Right.
It is almost line for line, beat for beat Rampage.
Because it's like,
and it blows me away.
Yeah, they've got like, at one point they lock the symbiote that is actually Venom, the Venom symbiote itself, in like the MRI room, and then they're like looking at it, they're like, oh my gosh, and then they start fighting, and then it escapes through a vent, and they look back and they're like, where'd it go? And it's like, oh my gosh, movie, could you be any more freaking predictable? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay,
let's drive from that one scene, because I was like, then it takes over the dog, and I was like, okay, cool, because, I mean, it looks at the girl, but I was like, maybe she teams up with the dog, like the dog takes her to Eddie. Because there's the scene, they get Eddie, because Eddie's been held hostage, he breaks out, and he's run away, and it's like, okay, Venom's obviously going to save the day here, because he's been surrounded by all the dudes, who one of them looks exactly like Ajax, quite a few times in the film.
Yeah, he does.
But they're all surrounding him. I was like, this is the moment where the dog like goes through them and they're like, "Aww," and then it's like, and just destroys him. Yep. Instead, it's like web slinging him from the trees like Spider-Man PS4, and then Sexy Venom comes out.
Sexy Venom.
I know She Venom is a thing, and I know She Venom looks like that, but look, this is not the movie for it. This is not where she fits.
Oh man, that was a shock.
It took me a up. I'm saying a back, but up. It was such a weird moment. And the best bit was it happens, and there was a row of girls behind me, which might have impacted the movie experience and made it a little bit worse. But they saw that happen, they were like, what? And then it like makes out with him, and they're like, oh, what's going on? And then it reveals to be his wife, and they were like, oh. And I was like, no, you cannot react to this scene.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be shocked by anything in this film.
It was so strange. But just like, let's just keep rocketing through this one scene. So one thing that happened straight after that is basically Tom Hardy then gets the Venom back, and becomes Venom again, and is like, all right, we need to go stop this thing. And she's like, well, I'm coming with you. And he says, oh no, this is going to get ugly. And she said, well, I can fight ugly. And then they say, oh, not today. And they run off. And then she's like, oh, next time. And I'm like, oh, this is Rhodey.
You're going to get recast, Michelle Williams. Good luck.
Here we go.
You're going to be played by Don Cheadle in Venom 2.
Yes, please.
No, what a shock would it be if it was like whatever Terrence Howard plays her in the next film.
Whoa.
Which is OG Rhodey.
Yeah. Well, that'd be weird.
On that,
but then later she ends up like finalizing that quote by saying, "See, I can fight ugly," because she makes some feedback on a speaker and hurts the symbiotes because they can only handle so much of a frequency up until like a certain number of hertz, and then it starts hurtsing them. Huh?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm sure the original comic probably even made that pun.
Probably.
Look, I know that's a comic thing, but can we find a different way to defeat Venom? It was dumb when they dung a bell in the first film, in the Spider-Man 3, and in this one they kind of got away with it because it was tech. But let's not do that again.
Yeah, no more of that.
But Michelle Williams, her character, that whole thing of I'm coming with you, no, it's gonna get dangerous or ugly. It was friggin' Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like, even where she was standing, looking at the fight happening, like, that was Gwen in Amazing Spider-Man 2. And then, doesn't she, like, do something? Like, she gets a fire hose or something and sprays him. Like, it was beat for beat how she saves and helps Peter in that film. Like, it was so odd.
Ah, that's weird. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That is strange. And on top of, just on this sound thing, the fact that they said sound is his kryptonite. I was like, Spider-Man exists in this universe. I mean, Superman.
Yeah.
Superman exists.
Weird. Spider-Man definitely doesn't exist in this universe.
DC Comics exists in the Marvel universe, apparently. Because I know that's a common. I know that's a common phrase, but that's come from Superman.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah. But it's very confusing.
It is.
Like, I don't know what's going on in that universe. You've now told me DC Comics exists. Like, I don't know if any other hero does, but I know the fictional realm of DC Comics does.
Yes.
It's very confusing.
Can we please talk about one of the... I don't know. It was one of the most confusing scenes to me, and I feel like it went way too long. The first chase, like the car chase.
Oh, buddy.
The motorbike green screening was the worst. Yeah. It's like you can see him in a room just faking leaning,
just moving
left
back and
to
forth
right
on a motorcycle.
Oh
yeah.
Man, what the heck? And
it went so freaking long.
It did. It went way too long. There's like cars, like the cars that were chasing him, like slamming into other cars, and then suddenly have virtually no damage on themselves.
Yep.
They're just normal cars. They're not like armored or anything. And
also, though, they're like, get him, we gotta get him. They keep firing missiles at him.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the way to get someone.
And like, their boss just told them, don't kill him, bring him to me alive. And they're like, alright, guns. Just shoot guns. This'll work. What? This is
man.
The dumbest. And why were the drones kamikazeing into everything?
I don't know. So, here's the crazy thing, because I edited my review of this.
Yeah.
All the trailer footage, they're missiles. So I think at some point, the PG rating made it, no, you can't keep firing missiles at people. So they went, drones. Like, they just changed the model of the missile to a drone.
Did this have a PG rating?
It did.
Wasn't
somehow.
there swearing? Wasn't there like
there
an
was
F-bomb?
There was fucks, there was shits, and there were people snapping their necks around.
How? And there was like a lead into a sex scene.
There was entirely, yeah. I mean, sexy Venom is enough. Like, admittedly, Scooby-Doo movie probably has about that much, but
fair, yeah.
Like, I don't know how it passed as a PG film.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't get it.
The fact that the drones were kamikazing into everything made no sense whatsoever.
How many drones do you have?
Hey, how many? There were so many, and they ran into everything.
Yeah.
Who is controlling those drones?
The biggest, like you say, the scene goes for so long, and it's like, there is a point in that bit where it's like, oh yeah, he can't die because Venom will help him at any turn, right? Mm-hmm. So why is the scene still going? There's no tension left.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to die, so just finish. Stop doing this.
It was just, it was like they just wanted to keep showing all the different ways that Venom could help Tom Hardy get around.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that scene was for.
That's all that scene is. And like, that is like one of two action scenes in the entire film. There's that scene and there's the end battle and nothing else happens.
Pretty much. Everything else is like very minor, like
just running away.
Venom actions and stuff. But,
Actually, I think the one scene that, out of context, is actually quite fun and good. And like, if this was part of a real good Venom film, I'd be happy. It's the scene where he comes into the foyer of the science lab. Is it a science lab? No, it's the newspaper place. Mm-hmm. And the guys are all surrounding him, and they're not listening to him. He's like, don't do it. And then they're like, masks, copy. And then he goes, mask, copy. Yes. Like, that was great.
That was awesome.
That was so cool.
That was a good
That
line.
whole sequence was great. And like, Michelle Williams popping in and being like, oh my god. And then like, he's transforming as he's like, wait. And it's like, that was so fun.
That looked really great. But I don't know if it was our cinema, because the friend I went and saw it with thinks that our cinema projector might have been like blurry and a little bit off, but I felt like all of the major action sequences, my goodness, why was that hard? They went so fast, like the ones where Venom is actually moving around a lot, they're so fast and so blurry that I feel like they were covering up bad CGI.
it's absolutely very. It's like Venom is like Jaws in this film. You barely ever see him, and when you do, it's like in his face.
Yeah.
Like you don't see anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
Anytime you see him move, the camera is just moving so much that you don't know what you're looking at any one time.
Like it's definitely terrible CGI because as I said, the only other action scene is him fight for. I think he's fighting Riot, which is the symbiote that Riz Ahmed's character gets.
Yes.
And God, it looks horrendous. Like it looks like the first Transformers film. Like it's just, and like the slow-mo goo explosion. Like why are they two CGI models of Tom Hardy and Riz Ahmed? Surely you could have put them in harnesses to film that. Why are they these creepy, fleshy little models amongst all this other stuff?
It's a bit weird. Oh man, yeah.
That ending was great.
Man.
Speaking of bad dialogue, you've got the scene where he gets fired and his boss says, "Have a nice life." And then the following scene, this is going back to my favorite part of the film, that 5 minutes. The following scene, his partner says, "Have a nice life." And I was like, no, look, that's not how callbacks work. You can't do them in the following scene.
Also,
that's not how you do that.
Also, like, the scene before the one where he gets fired, the bad guy says, "Have a nice life."
Yeah. 3 scenes in a row, it's "have a nice life."
Yeah.
And then right at the end of the film, Venom says it as it explodes, and it's like, you haven't earned that.
Yeah.
It's not even a good line.
But it only makes sense for the first guy to say it because his company is called Life.
Yeah.
That's
Why
the
does everyone
only
else say
time
it?
that's okay.
Weird. And if he was the only one to say it, and then he says it at the end, fine. But the fact that it's sprinkled twice in 2 following scenes, it's like, no,
Yeah.
that's not how you do this.
Doesn't need to be a thing.
Doesn't need to be a thing.
One other thing, just jumping back, when he first gets the symbiote and then escapes the facility, and all the security's after him, security just have instant ATVs.
Yeah, no.
In the forest. What?
I thought that there's a shot of the black guy, one of the main security guards. I thought he was on a Segway or he was just hovering, but he was like standing on top of the ATV because they hadn't established there was ATVs yet.
Yeah.
So he was just like rapidly running through a forest, and then it was ATV. I was like, okay, fine.
Just instant ATVs for some reason.
Buddy.
Why did that company think we need ATVs?
Yeah.
But like, what?
It's very stupid.
Oh,
it's very stupid. Like,
man.
hang on. Before we keep attacking this film, we have to reiterate. There is a lot of fun in this.
There is.
I will probably watch it again when it comes out, just because I really enjoyed all the Tom Hardy and Venom stuff. Mm-hmm. We're going to keep talking about how good that is, but we're attacking the film at the moment. It's not Justice League bad. It's Incredible Hulk bad. It's watchable. It's just a bit stupid.
Yeah. There's just stuff that doesn't make sense. It's all passable. Like, the whole movie in itself makes sense. The way everything happens, it's just super predictable. And like, some things don't make sense, but they don't matter. Like the fact that they have instant ATVs.
So, speaking of it being it's, as you said at the start, it's so A to B, which is what I also said in my, like, it's, this happens and then this has to happen.
Yeah.
He gets given his superpower powers. Sure.
Superpower powers.
And the bad guy is doing inexplicably bad things. It's like there's no Mandarin being pretending to be an actor and doesn't realize that he's actually killing people. There's no Thanos thinking he's doing the right thing, but it's really a bad thing that he's doing. Like, there's none of that. The bad guy is doing a stupid thing. He's harming humans. There is no good to what he is doing.
Yeah.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no moral ambiguity. It's just good versus bad, which is not what we're doing anymore. We're done. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, it's too, like we keep saying, it's too predictable, just good versus bad.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, good. That was great.
That was very good.
Okay. Let's talk about how good Tom Hardy was.
Yes.
Because he was just so good.
He was so great.
Like I said, he gets better, especially after his fall is when he gets particularly interesting because he's just so
That's
so
where the
down.
movie should start.
Yeah.
The movie shouldn't have anything up until the point that it's him getting some milk at the shop. That's where the movie should start.
Yeah.
Nothing matters until that point.
Yeah.
Like the first, I'm gonna use air quotations. The first act is irrelevant to everything that happens. It sets up things, but as we keep saying, none of those things it sets up really matters. Like, it'd have been cooler if we'd started with this downtrodden dude that then falls into this world. Like, we can learn about the fact he's a reporter. We can learn about his breakup. That you don't need to show that. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Because once he's down, that's where he shines.
It was very much like a standard origin film thing. Like, it's like a 90s origin film. They haven't moved past like the original Spider-Man movies.
The first act is Spider-Man 1. It's the entire Spider-Man 1 film.
Pretty much. Yeah. I don't know. Once he's just all downtrodden and sad, I would say Tom Hardy being this character could be Hawkeye.
Yeah, totally.
Like, the way he just mumbles his way through and just like makes all these side jokes and all this stuff, and he's very sarcastic and stuff like that. He could be Hawkeye. It's great.
Totally.
It's so good.
It is like, when it started happening, like, once that version of him was on screen, I was like, oh, actually, okay, maybe this is a Marvel film. Like, maybe they know what they're doing now.
Yeah.
But then as soon as it cuts to the science stuff, I was like, oh, no, okay.
Yeah. Everything else was its downfall, but anything with Tom Hardy in it was the best.
The scene in the restaurant, as soon as he walked past the lobster enclosure, I was like, oh no.
Yes.
This is like a Mr. Bean scene. You've already told me the joke, but I'm waiting for it. Let it happen.
Oh, that was great. And then he like grabs someone's steak and eats it, and then is like,
yeah,
this is dead, and just points at it and is like really mad.
Oh, it was incredible. It was like they'd done that whole scene, and they told Tom Hardy, they were like, okay, when it gets in the edit, we're gonna make you do the Venom voice for those lines. But then they watched it through and they were like, that's really funny. We don't need him to become Venom in those lines.
Yeah,
let's just let him be human.
Yeah. It's so good. Yeah.
That scene's, yeah.
I can't think of like the specific really good parts in it because they just keep coming. Like, it's just over and over again, just them talking to each other. Man, I cannot talk tonight. Making jokes. Venom telling him he's a loser, and then he's like, "Back on my planet, I was a loser."
Yeah,
it's like so good.
I love. I think it's. I can't remember what scene it was, but one of the scenes off the back of him talking to, Michelle Williams' character. I don't know what her name is. Emily, Emmy, something like that.
I'll find it.
But out the back of that scene, and he doesn't say what Venom wanted him to say, and then Venom just goes, "Pussy."
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, all right, fine.
Anne.
Anne. Emmy and whatever else I said, I was close. Anne, cool.
Pretty close.
Her, which is a joke from Arrested Development. So yeah, no, everything he was doing was so freaking good. Skipping to the end of the film, my favorite line that I'm waiting to become a meme once the film is out, it'll probably happen before it even does, is when because spoilers, Venom dies, but they never explain that he actually doesn't. It's very weird. We'll talk about that in a second. But she turns to him, he's talking to his wife on the steps, and she turns to him and goes, "I'm sorry about Venom." And I'm like, well, there's your meme. Michelle Williams is Sony talking to Marvel. I'm sorry about Venom. There you go. The internet's sorted.
Perfect. Yeah, I didn't even think
but
of that.
That scene, yeah,
great.
No? That scene's so good. Like, him walking away, talking to Venom, telling him not to eat people. The Stan Lee cameo was great.
Yes, it was so quick and like it was. There wasn't too much to it, but it just worked. It was really well.
It felt like a Spider-Man one.
Yes,
where it's like, you should stay with her. Like, that's what he always tells Peter. Like, this is fine. But that whole bit where he's like, you can't eat people. You can only eat bad people. I was waiting for, like, Spider-Man to swing by, and he's like, what about him? And he's like, he's good. You can't eat him.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I was like, come on.
Yeah, one of the things I have in here is that I'm disappointed that the Tom Holland cameo rumors weren't true.
Yeah.
Just even if it was, like, not Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but yeah, it was just Tom Holland was there. They didn't need to reference that he was Peter Parker. He was just in the movie at any point in time, and he said like a line or whatever.
It could have been his class on the exhibition at the start when Riz Ahmed's like, you should stand up for yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been his class. He could have just been in there, Ned and him or something.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been great.
It could have just been, that would have been it. I was so disappointed that wasn't actually true. That was annoying, but yeah.
Yeah. But staying with the good stuff, for me personally, the mid-credit scene, I was clapping.
Yes. Oh, man.
I was legitimately cheering, and I was like, I'm shocked in a Marvel film for the first time in a very long time. I'm clapping. You've done good.
Yep. Okay, should we spoil this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a spoiler podcast.
Fair. All right, so the mid-credit scene, we'll get to the final one, which we won't talk about too much because we can't, but we'll explain what it is anyway.
Yeah.
Or I will, sort of.
Yeah.
Without spoilers.
I'll just remove my headphones.
That's I won't talk about it too much because then
Okay.
you'll edit it and
That's true.
you might hear it.
I edit these.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have Eddie Brock saying that he's going to interview a prison inmate. So he's getting walked down, and as he's doing this, I'm like, "Holy crap! Is this Carnage? Is this Carnage? Is this Carnage?" And they're walking down, and then as they go, he's like, "All right. Hey, Red, you've got a visitor," or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
God.
this is it. And then
It's fucking Woody Harrelson.
it's freaking Woody Harrelson.
Oh,
what the
I was
heck?
screaming.
That was unexpected.
It was so great.
That was so bizarre. He looks weird in a
He really
red,
does.
like, afro wig.
This film has a lot of problems with wigs. Michelle Williams' wig is just atrocious, and then
So
this one
bizarre.
looks terrible as well.
It looks so bad, but I don't care.
It looks like the comic books, though, at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, man,
Yeah,
so-
I was so livid. I was like, no way!
Yeah. So we get our Carnage Venom movie, possibly, hopefully in the
Next,
future.
yeah.
I would see another Venom movie.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
I would see it because it wouldn't be that plot.
Yes.
Like, if it's not that because it's an origin film, I think that's its biggest problem. So we're trying to make the origin of Venom feel proper, and the crap part of the movie is making that feel like a thing. So now that you've established Venom, I think they can have fun. Like, they couldn't have fun in this movie. Well, they could. They just chose not to.
Yeah.
So a Carnage film, I loved it. I loved his, like, when I get out of here, there's gonna be carnage.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fine.
Like,
You deserve that.
yeah. And because, like, if hopefully when they do the sequel, like, having him as a villain, like, usually he's sort of a bad guy, but he's like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
But this one, we're gonna
He's
get
bad.
like an actual evil, really creepy Woody Harrelson.
Because he was terrifying in that little bit.
Yeah, he's particularly creepy. So we
Yeah.
have like an anti-hero and an actual villain going head to head, and I think this is the first live action Carnage as well
Yeah.
that we will hopefully see. So I'm in for that. Hopefully it'll be okay, and I'm sure their back and forth will be amazing.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, because I guess it'd be the Ant-Man and the Wasp to Ant-Man, because he's done with his relationship. Like, they won't be as prominent in the second film, so you won't have to worry about her character and the Doctor. Like, all the boring, sciencey stuff of the first film, in terms of Ant-Man and Venom, is done. So it's all about him and the villain. Like, it can be solely that. So, sure, let it happen.
Yep. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And
the good thing about this film is it never contradicts anything MCU based. So
yeah,
if you want to bring him over, go for it.
it's true. Totally works. Totally
Yeah.
fine. Because it's all pretty pretty contained. Like there is the possibility of the entire world threat, but it's so quickly dispatched that the whole world isn't in danger.
Yeah, there's not enough time to call the Avengers.
Yeah, so it's totally fine, totally sweet. And then we have the final credits scene, which I can't talk about too much because we get a meanwhile in another universe, and then they start showing a scene from Into the Spider-Verse, and it's like a whole 5-minute or longer scene.
Yeah,
It's-
because I could tell, because I was like,
Yeah.
no one's coming out yet, and I was like, because I was so I saw Meanwhile, and I was like, okay, maybe if it starts with Tom Hardy, I'll watch. But it started with a bit with Miles versus the Prowler that I'd seen in the trailer, and I was like, nope, you're telling me what's happening, and I don't want this, and I just ran.
Yeah. It was great. It's made me even more excited than the trailer that's come out. I'll just say that. My goodness, there was some... Yeah. But yes, that's all I can really say about it because I can't tell
good.
Will things. But yes, that's your final thing. So the fact that it's meanwhile means that somehow the animated and the live action are linked.
Maybe
somehow, because they have said with the Spider-Verse. Oh, you probably haven't seen some of it. Yeah. So there's links. There's very, very direct links.
I've seen that there's the PS4 suit, and I've seen those bits. I've seen the train and the kiss and all that.
Yeah,
he isn't the Sam Raimi one. That's just like, look, it's kind of like the old days.
Well, it's scene for scene. It's like shot for shot, exactly how it works out. Other than him punching.
He's got his mask on, and also the fact, the punching the car thing.
Yeah, so it's like they're in a cafe and the car comes hurtling through. In the movie, that's exactly what happens in exactly the same way and pretty much the exact same camera angles. Except he's Peter Parker and he grabs and protects MJ instead of just turning around and punching and stopping the car. Yeah, it's kind of like cool links there, but we'll see.
But
we'll see
the
how
worrying thing about that is that it's like if they're making him the movie Peter, it's like, does that mean there's no Toby or Tom or Andrew? It's like, because they've already made reference to those things, you can't then have another Spider-Man that is Tobey Maguire that also did those things. So it might be it's an annoying thing that might confirm that we won't get any movie Spideys.
Yeah, okay.
Because if we're already adapting Toby's Spidey into someone else, it's like, well, you don't really need Toby, do you? So, but whatever. 6 Spider people in one film is enough.
Yes.
You don't want to bombard people.
Yes, but that's pretty much the whole movie. I would still recommend seeing it.
Unless you don't want any more of these to happen and you want Marvel to have the rights back, see it.
Yeah.
If you want to pay with your wallet, as one of our friends used to say, do that. Pay with your wallet if you want Marvel to get the rights back, but it's not going to affect it in the long run. Just go see the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Just it's fine. Just go see it for Tom Hardy and Venom having cracks at each other and stuff. It's great. That's pretty much what you'll get out of the movie. Because you've seen this movie before.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You've seen it many times before.
Many times.
Many. It sits in a weird place with everything, considering it also just doesn't fit anywhere. It's like, well, when or why do you watch this film in the future? Where does this live? If nothing else comes of this is legitimately the Green Lantern of the Marvel Universe, where it's like, it doesn't lead anywhere and there's no reason to ever watch it again.
Yeah, pretty much. Cool. So that's done. And we are at nearly an hour now.
We are.
But just quickly, because I don't think there's heaps to talk about here, but
no.
We have both played, and you've nearly finished, Tomb Raider, the new one.
Yes.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, what are your thoughts? How'd you like it?
I thought it was going to be the best one, but now it's just it's fine. It's not the best one that's been. They've definitely pared back on literally everything. Like, there's less tombs, there's less action, and there's just less things to do, which is weird. It almost actually feels like a DLC to Rise of the Tomb Raider. It doesn't really feel like a new game in terms of a story, because the story is super short. Like, you accidentally finish it in my case. I was like, oh shit, okay. Like, we're done. You don't do that much. There's 3 things that happen, and then the game's over. So I enjoyed it, and I think it's probably one of the strongest stories of the new arc. But I still don't think it's Tomb Raider. I still don't think they've quite hit the nail on the head of how you do a Tomb Raider.
Yeah, fair enough. Apologies if you guys can hear like all this talking outside. There seems to be a party in the apartment across the road. And they're very loud and it's very annoying. And I want to go to bed soon because I have to get up at 5:30 and it's the changeover to daylight savings, so technically it's going to be 4:30.
Oh god.
It's going to suck. And then I also have to work at the same time in between all the things I have to do tomorrow. But ignoring that, just apologies for all the crap outside. Yes, Tomb Raider, I agree. I enjoyed this a fair bit, but it's it's another Tomb Raider game. If you liked the previous ones, you'll like this one. They haven't added too much, really, like in terms of new mechanics or anything totally innovative. It's just another Tomb Raider, and I enjoyed it. I really, really liked the ending from like where you're up to now.
Yep.
And
the end battle.
Yeah, just the lead up to the end battle, because there's like sort of a big chase and stuff, and there's all these things. It's great. I can't tell you too much. Please just finish it so I can talk to you about it. But yeah, the music in that section I really liked as well. It's a little bit more tribal, and like driving tribal. And yeah, you sort of team up with a bit of an army, and there's all this great stuff happening, and the ending is just real great. I really dug it. They pull out like everything that you've learnt, like all of the different things that you have learnt about traversing and stuff like that. They do that. It's like you know the chase scenes that are like the best parts of this game.
Yeah.
It's like an extended one of them.
Good.
Really cool.
Yeah. Those are too short. I always get halfway through and I'm like, yeah, and then it's finished. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so it's not halfway through. It's like
good.
You think it's halfway through, and then suddenly it's over.
It's the doom of chase scenes.
Yes, but I watched your first 20 minutes video, which you can check out on youtube.com/each to their own.
You certainly can.
And I totally agreed with you right at the beginning, where she keeps doing things that you should be doing, but she's doing them in the cutscenes. Like the part where you're in the town and she's talking to Jonah and she's like, distract the guards and I'll climb over the wall.
Yeah.
And then she just
like a cutscene.
She just does it. And it's like, no, teach me how to climb over the wall. Yeah. This is the perfect time to teach me things. This is the prologue.
This is the intro, mate.
Don't just do it. Let me do it.
Yeah. And like the actual puzzle sequence in the game, you don't even do it. She just goes, "Oh yes,
yeah."
I have to turn it like this.
She's got to turn the circles and stuff and line up the.
This is a basic puzzle that you teach people.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! What the hell?
It was so strange.
So odd. Oh man, yeah. I kept getting really frustrated at those. The rest of the game's great, but man, there's too many cutscenes where they're doing the things that you should be doing.
Oh.
My goodness.
It was very weird. It was very weird. But yeah, I think it's a great game, but I don't think it's going to be going down in anyone's best of lists this year.
Yeah. Nothing particularly. It's beautiful.
Oh, good.
Visually stunning.
There's so many animals.
There are, yeah.
I killed so many frogs.
One other thing, can I ask you? Because you played it
Maybe.
On like an Xbox One. Do you have an X or an S?
A S.
Cool. So, and that's more powerful than my PlayStation anyway.
The normal, yeah.
And it's 4K, so it would have looked way better. But
yeah,
I just want to know, was your dialogue slightly out of sync?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that wasn't just a problem with a less powerful console.
No, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was kind of annoying.
Syncing. Yeah.
And also,
not a fan.
And also, I don't know how yours was, but Lara looks so bland.
She looks both bland and in between different cutscenes, a different person.
Okay.
She often changes faces.
Right. I didn't quite notice that, but like in other in other games when they have cutscenes and stuff and they're doing like close-ups, you can like see pores and stuff and like they're really detailed.
She's very smooth.
This is like she's way too like smooth here. She has no blemishes, and it makes her feel like a PS3 character because it's like they just didn't have enough definition to show much about her, but they really do. Like they can. They have the ability. They have it with like some of the other characters, but not her. Like what?
Not Miss Croft.
Weird. And also, okay, the queen of like the weird demon people, she's cool.
Yeah, she's very good.
I dig her. Yeah, she's rad.
She was intense.
Yeah, seriously. You're about to encounter her again. She's great. Just please finish the thing. I can't stop spoiling it. I don't want to tell you, but man, It's
I will finish it. I'll
so-
finish it tonight.
Please.
Something that I'm currently finishing before we wrap up and Josh goes to bed. I'm just watching through Maniac at the moment,
Yes.
and I'm trying. I'm really trying. I've just watched the episode of the like the Fantasyland, and I'm gonna get through it, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. It feels like it could have been a really good 2-hour movie, but it just doesn't suit what they're doing. It's just taken too long to get anywhere.
Okay.
And it's just a little bit. I'm over weird shows.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Netflix either does artsy weird stuff that isn't actually that good, or it does over the top dark drama, and I'm like, just make something nice, Netflix. Make something that's going to make me happy.
Yeah.
Like, stop being brooding or fucking confusing. It's very annoying.
Yeah. So I quite dug Maniac. I thought it was pretty good. Maybe smashing through it in like 24 hours might help.
Yeah.
Because you've taken like 2 weeks now, I think.
Yeah.
You sort of had
I
a break.
I don't like the binge nature.
Okay. Yeah.
I hate that thing.
I've just sort of started doing it. I don't usually do it because I don't watch stuff, but recently I'm like, I just want to watch this thing, and I'm doing nothing this weekend.
Yeah,
Might as
I
well
finally
just-
have some time.
Yeah,
I'm
let's just
gonna
finish
use
it off and smash it out before a new game comes out or something. So yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I still like the weird, and I liked that it was slow and stuff. Like, it was just so odd, and I'm like, I found it really easy to watch.
Yeah.
I think, like, I just sat back and just sort of let it happen. I'm like,
Yeah, okay.
this is fine. Like, yeah. So that was me on that. Other things I've been doing, smashing through Watchmen, which you probably still haven't started.
No.
Nah. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and finish that off tonight because I am just waiting for Assassin's Creed to come. I will apologize. To everyone, to the listeners and the viewers. I didn't realize that that Assassin's Creed came out this week, and I pre-ordered it way too late, and so it's not coming till Tuesday. So I'm gonna try and do a 20-minute playthrough on Tuesday, and then upload it overnight as well. Just for the first 20 minutes of the game.
Where could the number 3
I
have gone?
don't know. I'm so tired. I had to work
was
today,
so
and it's
strange.
Saturday.
That's very true.
Yeah, so I'll smash that out and get it to you. I'm sorry it's late. People have probably played it by now or watched other people play it, but it'll
You
be.
haven't watched you play it.
That's right. It's different, guys. It's going to be different.
Very different.
You haven't watched
Speaking
the
of
guy that
different-
still
yeah.
loves every Assassin's Creed game with all of his heart.
It just loves everything.
Please, I do. Except for everyone else in Venom except Tom
That's
Hardy.
very true. Far from Tom Hardy. Speaking of, I can't remember what you said, but speaking of that, I've just been reading through there's a latest series coming out. I think all of this month there's about 2 issues every week. It's the What If series. They're bringing that back. They do it every few years with Marvel. They've got What If X-Men, which I've just read, which is basically, rather than X-Men, they're like .exe files can be uploaded into someone's mind, granting them powers, because it's like set in like Cable's time.
What the heck?
It's very cool. It's worth actually taking a look at. But yeah, there's some cool twists of the X-Men lore. I also read What If Flash Thompson was Spider-Man, which was very cool.
Okay.
And ended in a very intense way, but the What If series only has one-offs. So it's like, no, I need more.
Yeah, so it's like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that'll
will
never get
never
resolved.
happen. Oh, man.
It hurts. We've also, coming up later this month, is What If Magic, which is one of the characters that I know nothing about, but I'll be intrigued to just see it. And also, the only other one that I'm really looking forward to is What If Peter Parker was the Punisher?
Whoa, what the heck?
It's like, Uncle Ben dies, you could either become a hero or become the anti-hero, which is like a
Whoa,
Punisher
yeah,
thing.
okay.
So,
Sick.
should be very exciting. So I'm reading through those, as well as I've been buying too many comics, man. It's been very bad.
That just came out of nowhere. You just started buying everything again.
Yeah, it's very odd. I've got the Tony Stark. I got the what? I got the Life of Captain Marvel, which is very good as well. The issue 3 ended in the most intense way, and I was very shocked. the new Spider-Man run, and I've also just jumped on the As Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a very good series.
Cool, nice, sick. Yeah, so I finished off Injustice. It was fine. I preferred Infinity, but Injustice just kept going. It made me a little bit more intrigued to read some other issues, like issue 20 of the Hulk ended in Bruce Banner getting shot in the head, and you actually see him dead on the ground, and that's where it ends. And Marvel Unlimited doesn't have any issues after that. That's it. That's all they've uploaded, and it's been like 5 or 6 years. What the hell, guys? Come on! And all of my Hulk issues are in Sydney, so I probably have them and I can read them, but they're all in Sydney, and I'm not coming back to Sydney for like 3 months. I'll
bring it down.
Oh yeah. Could do that.
Work it out.
And I have gone to the beginning of Amazing Spider-Man, so I'm just reading some of the most painful Spider-Man comics in existence. Man, they're slow.
I'm up to issue 120, and it's still just shit.
No, it's so painful. I love it because it's so camp and dumb.
Yeah,
but
the great thing,
they're just so long. Every issue is so long to get through because there's so much dialogue.
It's so easy to burn through it though, because once you realize you don't have to read anything, you're just like, this is fine. I know what's happening. But the great thing about the terrible dialogue is in the newest series of Spectacular Spider-Man, which is it's like Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. Yep. He goes back in time with a few people. Spoilers for that series. He goes back in time with a few people and sees that Peter Parker, and that's why I sent you that. There's a few things I've sent you where it's like, oh man, you better get home. About this time, Aunt May's probably having a heart attack. Like it is. The new comics are so self-aware of how bad it all was.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's great. That's a great era of comics to read.
Nice, very much so. And for anyone who, if anyone, Lucas is keeping up with our comic book club thing, we are postponing that one more week, because there was just way too much, obviously, to talk about, because we're now over an hour into this podcast, and we'll wrap it up in a sec. But one more week on The Watchmen, and what I was getting at, Will. So our next comic is going to be short. I'm not going to give it away yet, but Will already knows. But
I do.
It's fairly short. It's only going to be 6 issues, so we're going to do that for 2 weeks. So just to get to the end of October, and then starting November, I want to try and keep it to be the beginning of every month. So the first week of every month will be the next one. It will be
a book club.
So yes, that was my plan. So it's going to be, there's going to be like, this is really long. This has been like 6 weeks now, but after that, it's going to be like 2. And then hopefully monthly.
I guess it's defined by how long The Watchmen is. So if you do want to chill with us talking about Watchmen next week, get your little hands on a digital or physical copy of Watchmen, and tune in next Tuesday. We'll be talking all things Watchmen.
Yes.
The comics, and maybe possibly a little bit about the film.
Yeah, I would like to compare it. I'm going to watch it before next week, just to chat about it a little bit. And there's also the digital version, which are all on YouTube. They're half an hour each issue. There's 12 issues. It's pretty much just slightly animated comics with a guy saying all of the dialogue.
Thanks, Guy.
It's fine. Sweet. That's it for another week. There you go. Nailed it.
Another week.
But until then, you can find us on Facebook, and Will and I on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Eddogram or something like that. I am sheep _sheep_ with 2 P's. Will is
That's
the
correct.
Doctor of Who.
I am.
All of this stuff will be below, all of our handles and whatnot. We are also on the Patreons, patreon.com/each to their own. You can help us out there. Just drop in $2. We'll get you into our super secret Discord. We got a whole bunch of people. If you want to become part of all of these awesome chats and stuff, just $2. We'll get you in there, and we just chat. You can recommend us stuff. You can help Lucas come up with more things for us to do, because everything we do probably came from Lucas's ideas.
And yeah, if you are listening to it on this site of YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our uploads.
That's
and
it.
the upload.
And
oh god,
you can listen to us live in person at PAX this year, PAX 2018 in Melbourne, down here with me. Come hang out, please. Come find us. Come give us a hug. Come chat and come show us some love at our PAX panel in the Ibis Theatre at 9:30 p.m. on Saturday night. We're going to be eating some things and playing some things, and it's just going to be weird fun. And you guys can probably help us out. We need
as many people as possible.
Yeah, we need as many people there, and maybe you guys can actually help us out, because our 2 volunteers that we're going to be doing pretty much everything for us while we're on stage cannot come anymore, so we have no one to help us out with this. And I don't know how it's going to work now, but maybe
Look
someone
at this channel.
can.
We're still going.
Yeah.
We're still going 4 years later. It's fine.
I don't know how, but look at it. Look at us go.
It's insane. But that is all for this one. Make sure you go check out Venom, play Assassin's Creed and Tomb Raider. There's so much out. Just get it in you. Get it in you as quickly as it can.
Get it up,
because there'll be something else to get in you.
Yeah.
Very soon, including dinner for me.
Oh, other news that everyone.
Oh yeah,
everyone
you should
has
probably
to care
mention
about.
that. Yeah.
I've announced. Well, my company has announced a new game. Yay! Everyone's so excited for a new cricket game
because you can't get there. But yeah, no, it's all very exciting.
Big Bash Boom. So it's the Big Bash cricket tournament, which I think generally, like, in the cricket world is a big bombastic, funny, ridiculous thing, because they actually have mascots and things on the field in real life
with massive heads.
and like explosions and fire and not explosions, but like fireworks and stuff like that. It's very fun and silly and stuff like that. And we have that as a game coming to Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, which is awesome. And it's just going to be like fun and ridiculous. We do have the mascots. They're going to be dancing. They're going to be like taunting you when you're batting and when you're getting out and stuff like that. There's going to be explosions.
I killed your family.
There's like silly helmets and stuff that I think are going to be unlockable. There's like power-ups and stuff like that. It's going to be really, really fun. There's like Super Saiyan ridiculous power-ups where your character's hair like bursts into flames and you go insane, like Captain Marvel style almost. And it's super weird. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully, we're still working damn hard on it. Clearly, because I've been working on the weekend, on the freaking weekend. But you know, it's fine. We need to get this done. We're all working damn hard, so please help us out.
But until the next one of these things where we speak at you, the Doctor of Who is out of the door.
And Sheep is into the bed.
Oh.